And then this one is, oh my god, I had it in my mind. Rust Autumn. Rust Autumn is our next entry in
Rust
here.
Autumn. Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
I told this to my friends. I think this main guy is the most likable person that's been in a lightsaber entry.
Oh, because
know,
of the
He
flashlight
just
stuff?
seems
I
like a
definitely
really
see
nice
that.
character.
And you know what I like too?
He's a
Like,
good dude. Yeah.
I definitely feel that. But when he's fighting, I can really feel power behind his strikes.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Like what a
And-
Jedi should be. Like she seem really friendly, but then once they fight, don't mess with me.
Yeah. And also they did a pretty good job with the lightsaber sound design on this one, I would say too.
Yeah, and even just what he was doing with the flipping and everything, like making the double saber work even when it's in between strikes, it goes a long way. Just having flashing lights helps a lot. Oh, by the way, I think earlier we were saying that this reminded us of the color palette, and like the little girl reminded us of the Old Republic trailers.
Yes, yeah, because there's like you can see that they're talking, but you're not hearing anything. But like everything is communicated visually. That's what I really loved about it.
From a technical standpoint, I actually asked Antoine. I'm like, hey, the audio on this one it's supposed
Oh,
to be
yeah.
like that, right? And I mean, so maybe that's to say that there could have been more of a prominent musical presence or something going through that, but
Because
I mean,
like,
because I
just
like
like
the idea of the
was
visual
done.
storytelling and everything that's happening there makes sense just to watch it. So, but I had to question it to be sure.
Yeah. And especially there's in that scene in the totally black room, it was good camera work. It was like it was supposed to be confusing and shaky, but you could still see what was going on, and I appreciated that.
It's like a tone poem.
You know what? I just want to say this. I wonder if these people are Canadian. They just seem like they're Canadian. I don't know if I'm right or not, but that just feels Canadian to me.
It's like the Jedi Order insignia, but it's a maple leaf in the middle.
Well, I just feel like I don't know, like you're saying, nice people or whatever. I don't know. It's like Canada. This feels like a Canadian lightsaber fight. I don't know if they're actually in the chat right now or not, but if you could confirm Canada, that would help me so much.
And I think for what this is, they packed a lot of character into these couple minutes with this guy. Like, he was using these double-bladed saber, and then he was.
That's a really good moment for this little girl too, when she like does her force push and she realizes, oh man, I have.
Yeah, but then he found balance in this girl, which is
right.
And that's why
real good child actor actually.
Likening it to the Old Republic trailers and like how much they're just able to communicate visually in like a few minutes. And it was
I feel like that was definitely a component of inspiration for this one.
Hey, not bad inspiration, man. That's a baller ass fucking trailer.
Oh, dude, those trailers are the best Star Wars there's ever been. In my opinion.
Right.
I completely agree.
Yep.
The brothers is my favorite. I think.
Yep. The brothers and then the mother and daughter are my favorites.
Absolutely. Like a sequel,
Yeah.
Like if they announced that one, that's what
same world. Anyway.
And this one, like, it was feeling for the guy. Like,
right.
I can feel his especially toward the end, just before he's losing.
And it goes a long way too. And you can do it in the space of 15 seconds. Like commercials do it all the time. In 30 seconds, you like at the end of that, if it's an effective commercial, you feel for those characters in that. You can do that, and that goes a long way. I feel like in a fight scene like this, because you do want to know who you're supposed to root for or who you kind of are backing. Giving that moment, just that space. Like I'll say that for Max's loyalty. The little bit he didn't do a lot, with the story stuff. It was like, just little spurts of dialogue, but just having that there elevated that duel so much more by caring about these people and caring about what kind of outcome happens within the space of that.
And there was a small moment back there where his shoulder armor got tipped by a lightsaber, and it was just like good job using the armor.
Phelan, don't do it, Phelan.
In the set before this one, before this part, like cameraman was just as much a part of the choreography. He was like getting in there with each shot and selling the just by moving the camera. I loved it so much.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, that's a big component to making sure that your cameraman is just
Right.
Because you're
Now did I understand this correctly? He put the saber to himself and ignited it through himself into the other guy. Is that correct, or did he just?
He was just about to,
He was
and
going
she.
Oh, she stopped it before it.
She stopped him from
It
going.
looked like the following reactions could have been. I just turned it on and I got stabbed. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about
I
that
think
because he looked okay at the end, and I was like, "Wait, what?" Okay.
They were giving you that moment of like, he did it. No, he didn't.
So, for editing, our runner-up, second place, we want to give it to Rust Autumn. And yes, this was a good. I think I was feeling a lot like Rust Autumn is doing something that no other entry is really doing in at least that level, which is like the sort of storytelling. It's a real film, and we have this sort of intermixed, intercut backstory and the character building and stuff like that. And so it's doing something a little different and beyond what a lot of the other stuff is doing, rather than just explicitly how tight the sequence is cut and everything like that. And so we wanted to definitely give a shout out to that one.
Yeah, bringing in multiple scenes as well, because most of the time these entries are just like one location, and this one you had a whole bunch in this one.
Yep.